What if the next major breakthrough in electric transportation doesn't come from Tesla, BYD, or one of China's giant EV manufacturers? What if it comes from a company that many Americans have never even heard of? For years, the global conversation around electric vehicles has focused on passenger cars. Tesla transformed the EV market. BYD became a manufacturing powerhouse. Chinese automakers flooded the industry with affordable electric models, and governments around the world began pushing for a future with fewer emissions and less dependence on fossil fuels. But while everyone was focused on electric cars, another transportation revolution was quietly taking shape behind the scenes. A revolution involving some of the largest vehicles on the road: heavy-duty trucks, the machines that move food, fuel, steel, construction materials, electronics, and nearly every product we use every day. Without trucks, the global economy stops, and for more than a century, diesel has been the king of freight transportation. That reality may be starting to change. Because while major manufacturers were racing to dominate electric passenger vehicles, one company was developing something that could fundamentally transform commercial logistics. That company is Ashok Leyland, and its newest creation is called the AVTR 55T electric truck. At first glance, it looks like another commercial vehicle. But when you look deeper, this truck represents something much bigger. It represents a challenge to traditional diesel transportation, a challenge to rising fuel costs, a challenge to emissions-heavy freight networks, and perhaps most importantly, a challenge to the belief that heavy-duty transportation cannot be electrified. The AVTR 55T isn't designed to be a futuristic concept, it's designed to work. To haul massive loads, to reduce operating costs, to improve efficiency, and to prove that electric freight transportation can become a practical reality. So today we're taking a deep dive into one of the most interesting electric truck projects in the world. We'll explore the company behind it, we'll examine the technology, we'll analyze its battery system, we'll look at real-world operating costs, we'll compare it to traditional diesel trucks, and we'll answer the biggest question of all. Can electric trucks actually change the future of global logistics? Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to US Finance Wire and turn on notifications because we bring you the latest updates on EV technology, transportation innovation, finance, and the future of mobility. Now let's begin. Chapter 1. The company behind the truck. To understand why the AVTR 55T matters, we first need to understand the company that built it. Many Americans may not recognize the name Ashok Leyland, but in the commercial vehicle industry, it is a giant. Ashok Leyland has been building transportation solutions for decades and has established itself as one of the largest commercial vehicle manufacturers in the world. The company's roots go all the way back to 1948. At that time, India was beginning a new chapter in its history. The country needed transportation, it needed infrastructure, it needed industrial growth, and it needed vehicles capable of moving people and goods across vast distances. What started as a modest operation eventually evolved into one of the most respected names in commercial transportation. Today, Ashok Leyland manufactures trucks, buses, defense vehicles, logistics equipment, and increasingly, electric mobility solutions. Its products operate in dozens of countries. Its vehicles move millions of people and enormous amounts of cargo every year. And unlike many EV startups that appeared in the last decade, Ashok Leyland brings something incredibly valuable to the table: experience. The company understands freight transportation, it understands fleet operators, it understands logistics, and it understands the challenges of running commercial vehicles in difficult environments. That experience matters. Because building a passenger EV is very different from building a truck capable of hauling tens of tons of cargo every day. Commercial customers don't buy vehicles based on hype. They buy them based on reliability. Downtime costs money, maintenance costs money, fuel costs money. Every hour a truck isn't working is an hour it isn't generating revenue. That's why trucking companies demand proven solutions. And that is precisely why the AVTR 55T has attracted so much attention. Unlike many experimental electric truck projects, this vehicle was developed by a company with decades of experience serving commercial operators. The truck wasn't designed simply to impress investors. It was designed to solve real-world business problems, and those problems are becoming increasingly difficult for diesel trucks to overcome. Chapter 2. The problem with diesel. For generations, diesel engines have dominated freight transportation. There was a simple reason: nothing else could compete. Diesel engines delivered power, they delivered range, they delivered reliability, and they could be refueled almost anywhere. But the trucking industry is changing. Today, diesel faces several major challenges. The first challenge is fuel cost. Anyone who follows transportation markets understands how volatile fuel prices can be. When diesel prices rise, logistics costs rise. When logistics costs rise, consumer prices rise. Every product transported by truck becomes more expensive. That means higher prices at stores, higher prices for manufacturers, higher prices throughout the economy. Fuel represents one of the largest operating expenses for fleet operators. Even small changes in diesel prices can have a major impact on profitability. The second challenge is maintenance. Diesel engines are engineering marvels, but they are also incredibly complex. Modern diesel trucks contain thousands of moving components: engines, turbochargers, fuel injectors, exhaust systems, transmission components, cooling systems, emission control systems. Each component requires maintenance. Each component eventually wears out, and every repair costs money. Fleet operators constantly battle maintenance expenses. The third challenge is regulation. Governments worldwide are introducing stricter emissions standards. Cities are establishing low-emission zones. Environmental regulations continue to tighten. Whether companies agree with these policies or not, the reality is that transportation providers must adapt, and adapting often increases costs. The fourth challenge is driver experience. Truck drivers spend countless hours behind the wheel. Noise, vibration, heat, fatigue. All of these factors affect productivity and comfort. Traditional diesel trucks generate significant noise and vibration, especially during long-haul operations. Electric vehicles offer a completely different driving experience, and that's becoming increasingly important in an industry facing driver shortages worldwide. These challenges have created a powerful incentive for innovation. Chapter 3. The Global Electric Truck Race. The race toward electric freight transportation is no longer theoretical. It's happening right now. Around the world, governments and manufacturers are investing billions of dollars into commercial electrification. China has emerged as one of the largest electric truck markets. European nations are aggressively pushing transportation decarbonization. And in the United States, companies are exploring electric freight corridors that could transform logistics networks. Tesla's Semi attracted global attention. Traditional truck manufacturers launched their own electric programs. New startups entered the market. Investors poured money into electrification. Suddenly, an industry that had remained largely unchanged for decades began evolving rapidly. The reason is simple. The potential economic benefits are enormous. Imagine reducing fuel costs by 50%. Imagine reducing maintenance expenses by 30%. Imagine eliminating many engine-related repairs. Imagine improving driver comfort. Imagine meeting emissions targets without sacrificing performance. Those advantages explain why the industry is paying attention. But there is one major challenge. Heavy trucks require enormous amounts of energy, advanced cooling systems, and intelligent energy management. Without those technologies, electric trucking remains impractical because instead of focusing on futuristic promises, it focuses on solving practical logistics challenges. So, what do you think? Is the Ashok Leyland AVTR 55T a glimpse into the future of freight transportation, or is diesel still too powerful to be replaced anytime soon? One thing is becoming increasingly clear: the trucking industry is entering a new era. For decades, diesel trucks dominated highways around the world. But now, advancements in battery technology, lower operating costs, and growing demand for cleaner transportation are creating opportunities that simply didn't exist before. The AVTR 55T may not be perfect. It still faces challenges with range, charging infrastructure, and upfront costs. But it also proves something important. Electric trucks are no longer just concepts or prototypes. Or could companies like Ashok Leyland surprise the world and become major players in the global electric trucking revolution? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want more deep dives into the latest EV technology, electric trucks, future transportation, Tesla, BYD, and breakthrough innovations shaping the automotive industry, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to US Finance Wire, and turn on all notifications so you never miss our next upload. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video right here on US Finance Wire. Until next time, take care and keep your eyes on the future.